This is a quick movie just showing you the AFA dialog inside ImagePro. If we go to Advanced, we'll find the Advanced Acquisition dialog. Here, pretty straightforward. We have an Experiment tab where we say what we want to do. So if I want to do multi-channel, I tick multi-channel. If I want to do multi-channel with Z, I just add Z, and that gives me my focus control. If I want to do scanning, I can do multiple positions as well. I can do multiple time points. So let's just look at a multi-channel experiment first. So first of all, let's go to channel, and you can see I've got here 3 different channels: DAPI, FITSI, Texas Red, each one with a different exposure time. So let's just press preview, and that's going to open up. So that's my DAPI, it's my FITSI, my Texas Red. Now I can get in here and change the exposure times. You may say that that's a little bit too bright, or I can actually go straight to the camera dialog that we're using and actually say I want that to be 20 milliseconds, and it drops. So that these things interlink nicely as well. When we're good to go, we can just stop the preview, and we've got shutter control here as well. All pretty straightforward, so I can just press acquire set. Now actually what I'm going to do is probably try and do this with some time lapse just to be clever, and I'm going to say model time, go to the time tab. Let's have a look here. So phase 1, we can have different phases. So I could say I want to take an image every 5 minutes for the first hour, and then after that I want to take an image every 10 minutes. So at the moment I don't want to do that. I'm just going to take, say, maybe 3 images. So I'm going to say I'm going to do this 3 times. Let's go 4. How far apart do we want our time lapse? We can say we don't want them 3 minutes. Let's take them every, I'm going to do it every 10 seconds for now, and just press OK. So now I've got my channels, which are going to be repeated on this time point 4 times. Okay. The other thing to notice under the experiment tab is I'm saving them. So I'm saving them as TIFFs each time. So I'm just going to press acquire set. So that's my 3 pictures. If I just wanted 3 pictures, I'd stop now, but you can see it's actually doing an elapsed time and a countdown time. Okay. Now if I wanted to, I could actually pause, I can come in here, I can focus it again, I can restart it, I can do a tile quickly if I want. And actually what you've seen just happen is that you can now see I've gone past the next time point. So it says, okay, well I don't know what to do now. Do you want me to start immediately afterwards? Or do you want me to start at the next scheduled time point? So let's start at the next scheduled time point. So now it was counting down. Take my picture. Okay, and the final one. Counting down 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now if I want to, I can go and open my file, bring it open, and you can see there's my composite image. I don't want to deal with that, but here is my time points, and here are my channels. So we can make nice funky images if we want. I mean, really normally people just say I want to look at time, 1 channel over time or whatever. There's actually a section showing you how to navigate through this later on. Okay, I'm going to remove all these images from my set, and let's just look at what if we wanted to add focusing to that. We just want to take a Z stack instead. So let's look at Z focus, and we're going to do the same. We're going to do our channels. In fact, let's not do the DAPI anymore. If I unselect DAPI, because it says selected channels, I'm now going to do my focus stack, but only in these 2 channels. So let's go to focus. Okay, first of all, what do I want? The single best focus, the best image in the stack, a composite image? No, I want the full stack. I might deconvolve this later on. So I can set the number of planes I'm looking to work with, I can set the total distance, or I can actually come in here and say set the range, and this is much nicer. I can actually come and I say, actually, well, I want to look at that, and I'm going to come up here and say, okay, let's do top and bottom. So I can drive to the top and say set, and the bottom say set, and that puts in my coordinates. So you can see I'm moving 10 microns here. Or I could say by center and just say that's the middle, set the middle. Okay, and I want to have I'm going to have 0.5 micron slices and you see there's 50 of them. Well, I want to actually have 11 of them. I'm just going to do a really small slice here, and I can just press OK, and now I just press acquire. So here is my Fitzy channel going through depth, and my Texas Red channel going through depth, and I just grab that stack and it automatically closes the shutter. So that's pretty easy as well, and again I can come here and just say open, and we can go and look at the images straight off and say okay, and we can make a composite if we want. I'm not going to bother, but that's all pretty straightforward. I can then look at my sequences. So there we are through Z, synchronize them together. I need to have a bigger screen, I think, to make them all work. But okay, cool. Now, the one thing about that Z stack was I took all the green channel and then all the red channel. If I wanted to, I could take a green, a red, and then move Z. A green, a red, and then move Z. And that's all controlled under experiment, where it says focus first, then channels. If I wanted to do the other way around, which a lot of people like to do for referencing, so they reference one channel to the other, so they know exactly in the same space, I just say channel first and then focus. Okay. The final thing would be to put this into an experiment. We could put this into multiple sites. So I'm going to delete all of my sites, and I'm going to go preview. Okay. I'm going to preview on my Fitzy channel. I prefer Fitzy's my favorite. Go back to stage. Now I'm going to say, yep, you're a site. And let's go over here, which is pretty simple. Let's see if we can find something else. And go, yep, you're a site as well. And I can focus in on that if I want. Cool. And let's do another one. I can do a lot actually. Instead, one thing that's really nice is if I wanted to, if I was like doing a well, I was doing multiple positions, I can actually do these positions and actually do a little tile at each position as well. Okay, so let's look at the experiment. I'm doing 2 channels where I've defined the exposure times. I'm doing some focus stacks, which we know about as well. And I'm doing 3 stage positions. Okay, that's fine. And we can do that. Let's do that twice. So I'm going to do that every, I don't know, 15 seconds. In fact, just to cut ourselves some slack, let's actually just use maybe less focus positions. So let's actually just say set Z range and just say I don't know, let's just do 5 slices. Okay. And now I can just acquire. And this is a whole experiment now acquiring. So the first image is pretty straightforward. One thing you'll see is AFA will go and get a black image first. That's actually it's just setting up the workspace so it knows where to put the images. It's pretty neat. It helps save stuff as well. It looks like that one was a little bit brighter than I thought. We can also have it auto expose it each time as well. But AFA is a pretty straightforward tool. It allows me to do very, very routine time-lapse analysis, multiple positions, and also straightforward imaging. If I open that up, let's just have a look at that. Let's create, let's make that sequence, and we'll just have a look at that. Okay. I'm actually going to go straight to my set. And let's actually close everything down so I'm completely clear of everything and say open. Let's make the sequence. So there's my composite sequence, there's my preview. Here's my dialogue. Let's get rid of every other dialogue. I'm getting a bit too dialogue happy. Okay, so now I can look at that over time. You can see this is on my bench in my office, and not much happens in 2 time positions. I can look at Z. Maybe I just want to extract that channel, or maybe I want to extract this channel out as well. Either way, I can navigate my way around. I can look at time point 2, site, time point 2, site 2, at Z position, in the middle. Glorious, lovely image. Okay, well I hope that gives you an idea about how AFA works. It's a very, very straightforward package. One of the great things about that is the memory handling when you're opening up these sets means you can do really, really long, complicated time-lapse routines now and not let the PC be the problem. If you need any more help, please contact your dealer or your local sales office, or please contact tech support. Thanks very much.